Hi, I'm Tim. I'm the co-founder at Bigblue, European's largest 3PL for e-commerce brands. It's Black Friday. It's actually 5 a.m. and I'm on my way to get some other Bigbluers, the sales team, heading to the largest facility we have in France. Today is the most important day for our clients, so the stakes couldn't be higher. This year, we're on track to break records. At this very moment, we're shipping more than 3 orders per second at Bigblue. And we have 800 people working round the clock in the offices and the warehouses in France, Spain, UK and Germany to make sure that every Black Friday order is shipped in time. I'm with Will, the co-founder and COO at Bigblue. And Will is the mastermind behind our operation. Today, we're gonna reveal the secrets behind the operations of the biggest merchants in Europe. Will, can you explain what Black Friday means for our operations?
I mean, Black Friday is the most important day of the year. So we have some of our merchants that are doing 50 times the average volume. So can you imagine the number of orders that we have to handle? So it's basically the day that we have been preparing since January the 1st. And it's, you know, the biggest tension that we can have. So we have to prove what we're capable of. And this is a big challenge. That's why we like it as well.
So we moved a bit in the warehouse to see what's happening. And I want to understand a bit more about the most impressive KPI that we have right now.
The total volumes are approximately times 10 versus a normal day. So it's really, really impressive. And this year, Black Friday is double the size of Black Friday of last year. So we've done 100% growth in 1 year, which is really, really nice. And then on top of it, you have like many people working on this every single day of the week. So we're working 7 days a week, 2 shifts, so 14 hours a day.
Okay, quite impressive, huh? So we're moving around in the warehouse to show you a bit more. And of course, I know that having more volumes is complicated, but I want to understand what are the specific challenges and how we handle them.
There's so many examples that I can think of. I would say 2 examples. One of them is one of our customers. They made times 5 versus their forecast. We just have to deal with it. Yeah. We're so happy for them, they sold so well. Second one, we have many containers that got blocked at the customs from one of our merchants. So we had to offload on Black Friday day, where we want to focus on outbound, but so we had to put more people on inbound. We just make it work.
So I want to understand, how do you prepare to make sure that we're ready for a day like Black Friday? And what goes into, you know, preparing everyone for this and making sure that they can handle the increasing volumes that you were talking about before?
First of all, you need to prepare well in advance so that a day like today, even if the volumes are very high, we're chill and confident. Yeah. So there are many things we are doing in terms of logistics. First of all, hiring people. So you need to hire the staff, train them, make sure they are as productive as possible. We also try to gamify a lot, because people like the games.
But how do you gamify? Like with the WMS, right?
With the WMS, okay, yes, indeed. So in our WMS, you know, there are scores, and every single picker or packer can see the score in live. Yeah. And so we push them to do even better, and then there's a kind of competition between all of them. And at the end of the day, there's a very nice moment where we gather all the operators and we highlight who was the best operator of the day, best operator of the week, etc.
And they get something for that?
Yeah, they get a small present and a lot of recognition as well. It's very important.
Pretty cool. Really cool. Well. So the WMS seems to be quite big, but what else comes into the success, like product-wise?
I mean, the WMS is the masterpiece within the warehouse. So it is the one system that tells every single operator working here what they have to do. Plus, it's the tower control. So we see at every single second what is happening, where are the issues to be solved, what are the things that we have done, etc. And we adapt based on the data that we see. So it's
the dashboard that I've seen on the...
Yes, exactly. It's one of them. You have maybe 10 of them for all the team leaders within the web.
And with those dashboards, you can act and
exactly.
What do you do exactly?
I mean, adaptability is key because you can have some customers that are making more volumes than are expected.
You were talking about that before.
Yes, or the number of units within the orders that can be higher than what you expected. Also, the size of the products or the orders can change. You don't use the same carts if you want to pick 2 products or you want to pick 10 products.
So if like the volume explode, actually with the tech, you can adapt.
Yes. To give you an example, if we have the same typology of orders in the pipe, then we can prepare them in a mode that we call series. Okay. So series is batch preparation, like in factories. And so if you have 10 times more volumes, you don't need 10 times more time to actually do it. So that's why it's very powerful. And I mean, this is what is making the difference with Bigblue technology, is that with our WMS, we're more efficient and more qualitative than anything that exists on the market.
Yeah, that's the way you actually handle all the volumes that the sales bring you.
Exactly. We like it actually because you see the power of the tool.
Okay, I just talked about the sales team that signs the clients, but it's the operational team that does the job every day. Can you tell us more about that and how they act and how they like modify their schedule, etc. during the Black Friday?
I mean, today is really a collective day. So we have all the HQ at the warehouse, and so the sales team is taking part to that. You have seen many of them. Of course, the operation team is building that for the whole year, but again, we need to do that as a team. We also have the engineers. They are on call, monitoring everything. If there's an alert, they are correcting it ASAP. The product team is looking at how the WMS is being used, and yeah, of course, the operational team taking care of our customers, taking care of all the issues that can happen and that you need to fix. Logistics is about fixing issues as quickly as possible.
So I brought you where the packaging is. I wanted to talk about sustainability. It's something we're selling a lot, that we talk about a lot at Bigblue, and I want you to tell me what makes us sustainable and what sustainable logistics means actually for Bigblue.
I mean, it's a topic we try to challenge every single time. The first thing we've done is really working on the packaging that you mentioned. So our standard packaging is purely made of cardboards or craft envelopes, and we totally remove the plastics from our packaging. So that's the number one thing. It's also very important for the consumers that they can see that we can super well protect the products, but not using plastic.
With the craft.
We use craft, and we also use other material like recycled textile that we put together, and then we use that as a wedging inside
the box.
The block box, exactly. Second thing is optimization of the size of the cardboards. We implemented an algorithm at Bigblue whereby we take the dimensions of the products that compose an order, and based on that, we recommend to the operator the one packaging that they should use. We also take into account the preferences of our customers, if they have their own packaging or if they want to put a sticker or whatever on the product.
I have a question about those packaging before you continue. Can you recycle them? I guess yes. And how are they made? You know, is it like a new paper or is it,
So it's fully recyclable, and there's actually a logo and also some instructions for the consumer to see how they can do that, because it's good if it's recyclable, but it's even better if it's done. And then these cardboards, it depends on the cardboards, but roughly 60 or 70% of recycled paper is used. We're always challenging that if you have too much recycled paper, then the rigidity will be too low. So to get back on the size, so we make the recommendation to the operator of the right size, the smallest size of packaging that fits for the products that we can use. So the size of the package is smaller. So first of all, you use less consumable, so that's better for the planet. And then the volume and the weight of the package is smaller as well. So it's better in terms of cost for our customers. And then finally, and that's probably the most important impact in terms of carbon footprint, is that we reduce the volumes within the trucks that is being used. So we can put more parcels into the same truck, so we reduce the carbon footprint of every single parcel. And you put more parcels within the same truck, so the emission per package or per order is smaller.
And what else do we do?
So another thing that we do is optimizing the truck collections. So from these warehouses and all the other ones that we have at Bigblue, we have many trucks leaving every single day, and we optimize the routes in different manners. First of all, we have groups of warehouses that are in the same region. So instead of having one truck from warehouse A to the hub of the carrier and same for warehouse B, we do warehouse A, warehouse B, and then the hub. May sound silly, but many people in logistics are not thinking about that type of optimization. And then the second thing that we do is for the carriers where we have very big volumes, we are able to inject in the agency that is close to the end consumer. So instead of going through the central hub, inject directly to the regional hub.
So less kilometers, more packages in the trucks.
Correct.
What else do we do today?
So we push a lot all the carriers that we partner with to increase the share of electric vehicles and bikes that they use.
How can we do that? Like, because are we big enough to push them to do that?
Yeah, I mean, Bigblue has the size today where we can talk about that with the different carriers. Generally, it's also something that they have in their roadmap, but we also get data thanks to that, and we're able to say at the zip code level, which are the ones that are actually delivered by an electric truck. We have some of our carriers that are also telling that to the consumer, so they can know that they have been delivered through a bike or through an electric truck.
So in the future, will we be able to actually decide whether or not we want to use? Yeah, okay.
That's what we're working on at the moment. So being able to offer 100% green transportation.
Green transportation meaning like electric vehicles?
Electric vehicle and bikes.
Okay.
In big cities.
We're hearing more and more 3PLs saying that they're investing into robots, advertising it everywhere, and we decided to go the other way and actually invest into people. Can you tell us a bit more about that and how we do, because we also automate? What does it mean for us?
It's a topic that we're challenging every single month, to be honest. But yes, at the moment when we decided to stick with people in the processes for many reasons. First of all, in our business, you need a lot of flexibility. You know, I was telling you just before that our customer make ×5 versus the forecast. The typology of orders is changing. You can have new products as a customer.
So that you cannot do with robots.
You have a very limited flexibility with robots. Second thing, we have the most powerful WMS on the market. And the WMS is actually making sure that our people are working as efficiently as possible, that we can handle peaks, etc. And this is probably way more important than any robots that you can have.
So it's about people well-being, and it's also about efficiency.
I mean, we're creating many jobs around the areas of the warehouse.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're helping them having the most comfortable stay at the warehouse as possible. And we're human-centered first, and our WMS is human-centered.
And we see a lot of automation around there. We actually automate the things that are the most challenging, and maybe the things that do not bring value when it's humanly done.
Yes, so we have a mechanization. Here it's the slamming process, so we put the labels and then you have a conveyor belt, and then the parcels are sorted for different tariffs. This is typically something that is making the life of operators easier because we can directly put the parcels on the pallets and make the sorting.
So it goes faster. It's less painful for them to do the job. How do you see people react to that?
That's something that I hear very often from our customers, is that they want to feel that we know their product as good as if they were part of the teams. And this is what we also try to educate to the people that are working at the warehouse, is understanding who's the brand behind, what is the objective. And so they use that also when they pack the orders, so that they can put the products in the right way. We love when you have the brands coming at the warehouse, because we can, they can be an exchange as if they were part of the team at the end of the day.
And one thing that I really like is that for sales, because like I'm handling the customer acquisition part, is that we are giving a lot of flexibility to the sales to sign different types of clients. And I believe that if we had robots, it would be very hard to sign like different product verticals.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us a bit more about
I mean, again, a robot is something that you set in stone at the beginning. You have some parameters, and so every single product needs to be the same parameters. So we know how's life, right? You need to have a new version of the product that is harder or that is softer. You need to change the dimensions to be shorter, to be longer, etc. And so that flexibility you can only manage with the human people.
What about the future? If you look at 5 years from now, I guess like we could actually use robots, but for what, for instance?
If at some point we see that there's a specific type of the flow that is always very consistent and the same, then we could use it for that. We also want to remove the most painful tasks from the operators.
Repetitive tasks.
Exactly. So for these ones, we would potentially put robots, but as I said, for the moment, there's not any use case that we can leverage.
Okay, and we're still handling like 1 million orders a month?
Yes.
Despite of that.
And we're bringing innovation every single day. Like very recently, we introduced the concept of groups of pack tables. So when you are a merchant, you know that specifically your orders will be prepared on pack table 1, 2, 3. And so it's the same operators working on the order every single day. So
they get better, and exactly. So it's the human touch at scale.
At scale, exactly.